What up, sports fans? I'm Paul Camacho, and you're watching the Macho Sports Report with
David DK Kim
and
Geoffrey Kawakami.
And we're going to talk about what just happened, well, a week ago at Survivor Series. Let's get started with, what do you guys want to start with?
We want to go in order? Do women's match?
Yeah, let's go in order. So let's start with the Survivor Series match with the Raw women versus the SmackDown women. And that was a 5-on-5 elimination match. Thoughts? Initial thoughts on the match?
Yeah, my problem was with Nia Jax being booked like an absolute monster that no one could touch, and yet she's not the champion, and yet she gets beat by like a woman half her weight sitting on her back, pulling her arm up.
Yeah, she's been booked really weird ever since she came up. Because I think WWE doesn't really know what to do with her. It's like they want her to look like a monster, but then
she loses to Bayley at NXT.
Yeah, so what do? I feel like it would be fallacious to set her up as like a Kane / Brock Lesnar figure.
Well, I mean, like, you could say that, like, she basically dominated so much that she ran out of gas by the time that Becky Lynch got her in the disarmor.
Which, by the way, was like the worst disarmer I've ever seen.
It was a horrible disarmer.
It was a terrible disarmer.
But I mean, you know,
I love you, Becky Lynch, but that was a terrible disarmer.
It's not the most plausible way to knock her out, but, like, it wasn't unbelievable.
I don't know. They could have had Alexa Bliss do like the little finisher on her, but like, I don't know. Who else? Your finishers were there. It's not like Natalya was going to put a sharpshooter on her. Like,
yeah, I mean,
yeah, that's true. They had to get her out somehow, and the disarmer just seemed like the most logical.
I mean,
thing at that
plus
point.
Most time when you're that big and dominant and you get off your feet, they always make it a big deal that they got off their feet. You gotta play into that somehow.
Although what, Bayley and Sasha Banks on Monday night, the next night, hit like the double suplex on her.
Yeah, but that's because they couldn't on Survivor. I mean, come on. That was like a home and home, as they would say. Like,
doing that against your own teammate? Who would do that?
Like,
it was Natalya that eliminated Sasha, right?
Yes. I believe so.
And like that whole thing in the beginning where Natalya was only in the match in the first place because Nikki Bella was unfit to go, which makes me think that
Natalya took on Nikki Bella.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing that makes sense.
Explanation.
The too obvious one would be Carmella.
And Carmella's gonna deny it, and then we find out, oh, it really wasn't her, and it actually was someone else.
She said it perfectly on the next night or Tuesday or whatever. It was like, I've always been in your face. Why did I change?
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess it was just a way to make Natalya relevant again. Eliminate Sasha Banks, one of the most popular Raw women. It was kind of a nod to say, hey, you're going to be relevant at some point again. We haven't forgotten about you because, you know, she's been squashed for like a good 6 months, like dating back to her rivalry with Charlotte.
I want to see Natalya turn on Team SmackDown and then like join like Charlotte's stable. I thought that would have been a perfect time.
That would have been really cool.
And then she could be a little bit more serious. Her and Dana Brooke can like whoop some.
Be a tag team almost.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what my initial thought was? They've had them, you know, main event. But like I like how they trusted them to set the bar for the pay-per-view. Because I don't know how anyone felt about like the match in spots, but as a whole, that was a pretty good way to start the pay-per-view. Like it put the bar pretty high.
So you don't have a problem with it going first?
No. I mean, if they would kind of like and like the bed, whatever, like, yeah, I would be like, wow. You guys wasted that. But they had very good moments. Alexa Bliss looked very strong in that one. Becky looked, really strong.
There were a lot of moments where every wrestler looked strong.
Everyone and anyone that was relevant and you wanted to have kind of further their strength, they let them be. Because they gave them a long time to wrestle. And I like that too. So, I mean, like, that's pretty much the initial thoughts on all that.